I'm delighted to show you today Lexis Create, our next generation of document creation and enhancement tools, which changes the way that lawyers engage and interact with their essential materials. As you can see, Lexis Create has a simple, unobtrusive design that means that it does not create a distraction. Divided into 3 easy-to-follow steps, build, check, and complete, it has been deliberately designed to mirror user workflow to make it as intuitive as possible. We've also designed it with a modern architecture to operate within both the desktop and online versions of Microsoft 365, and in particular, Word and Outlook. Now I've gone into Build and into the Content section of Build, where you have the ability to look at 3 different sources of content. First of all, LexisNexis Legal Intelligence in the form of its practical guidance precedents delivered right into the heart of the Microsoft environment, so there is no need to go out and search in the browser whilst you're creating a document. The next content set are my own snippets, which is effectively where I have decided that I have a paragraph of content that I want to save into a database within the Microsoft environment and use for other client scenarios. As well as this, I'm also able to access shared snippets, which are those paragraphs of information which have been shared by my colleagues in the department or wider firm for reuse in other client scenarios. So just to show you how easy it is to snippet information and reuse it, I've highlighted this particular paragraph, and if I click Add Snippet, it takes me through to a content page where I can title it, tag it, and enter notes about it. If I did want to share this with my department or the wider firm, and the firm has an approval process set up, then I can seamlessly send it on to that approver without leaving this panel. Now I'm going to click out of this because I don't want to save that paragraph. And I just want to show you before we leave the content section how easy it is to insert either a practical guidance precedent from LexisNexis collection or any of the snippeted information. I place my cursor onto the page, I click Insert, and it matches the formatting and inserts that wording directly into the document for me. If I click out of content, you'll see that we've also provided the user with a range of calculators in the product to allow them to calculate those basic calculations we heard back again and again from our users that they were having to leave the Microsoft environment and go into a browser to find a calculator in order to do these. So we've provided them all at their fingertips, so there's no need to context switch. So you can really see that even in the build section of this product, how it radically reduces this problem of context switching for our users. If I go into check, this is where we offer the user the ability to forensically check the document that they are working on. We've divided it into 3 easy to follow sections: analyze, review, and refine, in order to make the user journey in this checking process as simple as possible, but also because we heard back from users again and again that they wanted to delegate out different parts of the checking process to other members of the team. So this layout gives them the ability to do so. If I click into what we refer to as a card, it will take me to, in this section, incomplete information, this particular reference in the document that hasn't been filled out. So if I fill it out with ABC, I can choose to either replace it within the card or replace it in the document itself. I've chosen to do it in the card, and as you can see, it's seamlessly inserted into the document. It also then goes into my completed list so that wherever I am in the checking process, I know what work I've completed and what I still have to do, which we heard back again and again from users was very important. Lexis Create also pulls through that fantastic citation tagging that we have our brilliant LexisNexis research platform, Lexis Library, and pulls that legal intelligence into the heart of the Microsoft environment with its citation checking capability, which allows me to go through the document, note where I have quoted a citation, and it will tell me using the same traffic light system that our users know and love on Lexis Library, whether it's in force, partly in force, or not in force. So I can always be assured that I know the status of the law I'm quoting in a document. If I come out of check and I go into complete, in this section we've offered the user the ability to do everything that they need to do to finalise a document. This includes the ability to run a report. It includes the ability to remove bookmarks before you send it out. And if your firm has a DocuSign account, We integrate seamlessly with that so you can signature documentation. We've also provided the user with the ability to redact out personal information or company-specific information and negotiable amounts from a document. The reason why we built this into the product is we heard again and again from users that quite often they'll start from a previous contract that they may have written or a previous document that they may have written for another client scenario and want to identify this information within the document and remove it before going any further. So you can see that redaction has combed over this document and it has picked up a number of items. If I wanted to redact Mr. Smith, for instance, I can do by simply clicking the button. And again, that goes into the completed section of the product. So as you can see, Lexis Create brings all of these things together, allowing you and your team to build and validate legal documents faster and more accurately without the need for context switching, ultimately saving you time and effort whilst also reducing risk. We'd be delighted to talk to you more about Lexis Create, so please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. We hope that you have enjoyed today's demo. Thank you for listening.